In this video, we'll take a deep dive into a topic that is especially relevant for Automotive SPICE assessors. During an interview about software, system or hardware architecture, what evidence should you look for, and how to ask the right questions, and finally, how to map the evidence to the best practices and generic practices. I'm just sharing my experience, but I'm also very curious about your experience assessing architectures. I strongly encourage you to leave a comment and share your insights. In this way we can learn from each other. So now let's start with evidence. Here's the reality. You almost will never see a document titled Architecture Analysis. If you do, it was probably created specifically for an Automotive SPICE assessment. Most of the time, you will see a mix of documents, FMEAs, feasibility studies, review reports, traceability reports from tools, and results from simulations and calculations. All of this can serve as a valid evidence for architecture analysis. Keep in mind that many architectural decisions, like selecting a microcontroller, are made early, even before the project formally starts, sometimes during the quotation phase. That's why the project management interview, especially discussions on project feasibility, can also reveal aspects related to architectural decisions. So as an assessor, you need to be ready to look for evidence across multiple sources. For example, the feasibility of the system, hardware and software together, might partly appear in hardware-level analysis, such as compatibility checks between integrated circuits and microcontrollers. If you don't see this evidence during the system architecture interview, you may need to ask more precise and targeted questions. Which brings us to the next key point, question techniques. Good questions are critical. Avoid very generic questions. How did you analyze your software architecture? People often won't understand what you're looking for. Start with something concrete, like for example, how did you arrive at this architecture? Which parts of the architecture are new and which were reused? How did you verify that these new parts meet requirements? This checks suitability. Did you consider alternative solutions? Why is this the best one? Also suitability. How did you check that the architecture can be technically implemented? This is feasibility. Did you perform simulations or calculations to check the system behavior? What exactly did you simulate? Here you want to determine if the simulation supports design validation or verification. Did you identify critical points or risks? This is the interface to risk management. Following this sequence, the team will usually provide a series of documents, presentations, simulation results, and review records. Together, this form the evidence that the analyses were actually performed. During the assessment, also check that major decisions and their rationales are properly documented. Look directly at the architecture. If it lacks descriptions or documented decisions, it is often a sign that the analysis was incomplete or superficial. One last consideration. Many organizations perform architectural reviews. Checklists often cover aspects like traceability of requirements and consistency. You will need to map this evidence to related best practices, but also to relevant generic practices, for example, GP221 and GP224, if the review addresses documentation quality and design principles. In summary, as an assessor, your goal is to ask clear, easy to understand questions, check project documentation, and map the answers properly into the Automotive SPICE model. That's all for this video. If you find it useful, subscribe to the channel to learn more about Automotive SPICE. And don't forget to leave a comment sharing your experiences with architectural assessments. We can learn from each other. Thanks for watching and arrivederci.